We got a lot of things we're going to talk about here today. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to start with this. Every week, Aaron Rodgers just keeps giving and giving and giving things to talk about. Oh, I'm going to go on with this for a while. I remember when the season started, and I said, guys, the New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers is at best, a mid-tier NFL quarterback. I said, John, you're crazy. Well, now at best, he's a lower-tier quarterback. And then when they went out and got Adams, and I said, this is marginally going to improve. I said, it's a good move, but it's marginally going to improve them. And I said, John, you're crazy. They're going to be great now. They've won one game since then. But anyway, the drama with Aaron Rodgers continues because apparently, and I didn't even know you could do this, he is refusing to get medical scans out of fear, according to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, because he's afraid that he'll get benched and not play again, not be allowed to play. This comes us from Yahoo Sports. Their headline is, banged up Aaron Rodgers reportedly resisted medical scans out of fears Jet will force him off the field. The article writes, the New York Jets are on a bye week this week, but the drama swirling inside the troubled organization hasn't taken a break. Aaron Rodgers, who has been described as banged up for the past few months, has reportedly been resisting medical scans offered by the Jets. According to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, Rodgers hasn't wanted to reveal the severity of his injuries out of fear of having to come off the field. Banged up is an all-encompassing term used when a player is dealing with multiple injuries and yada, yada, yada. All right. So here's my thing. First of all, if you're a player in the NFL, I had no idea. If you would have asked me, John, under the collective bargaining agreement, like you're playing for a team, the team is paying you millions and millions and millions of dollars. If they want to take physical on you and a medical on you, you got to do it, right? I would say, of course you do. Do you not? So the basic thing here, Ryan, you and I were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Is that there are stories going around that the Jets just want to put him on IR and just finish him for the season and cut him.
Yeah.
And that story's been swirling around. Now, just for the record, though, the New York Jets interim coach is saying definitively, no, Aaron's our starting quarterback next week. So, okay, there's that. But then this story is basically saying he's afraid to get scanned because he's afraid they're going to find something that will justify them putting him on IR and sitting him out. And I have to ask the question, is he right to be afraid of that? I mean, it would have seemed inconceivable 2 months ago, but is there validity to these rumors going around that the Jets are actually looking for a reason to bench him and thus then cut him? So I got to ask, is he worried about getting benched? And then the second question is Aaron Rodgers, like I've been saying that I believe Aaron Rodgers is going to be done after the season because I don't think he's going to want to do it anymore. Right? You're just watching him play. He clearly is not having any fun. He's not enjoying this. He's in the darkness because he's familiar with the darkness.
What is he owed next year? Do you know? Does anybody know?
Yeah,
it's a lot of millions, right? All right.
It's a lot.
Okay.
If he plays next year. And by the way, it's team option. Uh-huh. It's not, next year's not guaranteed.
Oh, okay.
So I've been thinking he just wants out. But let's say he wants to play. Mm-hmm. Question one is he afraid of getting benched? But question two is now, if Aaron Rodgers is available next year, and I'm betting anything he is available next year, I don't think the Jets are going to want to keep him. I think they're going to call this whole experiment a disaster and move on. Is there a place? Because Aaron Rodgers isn't going to go anywhere to be backup quarterback.
No.
So is there anybody that is going to pick up Aaron Rodgers next year, considering the circus it has been with the New York Jets since he joined? Ryan, start with you. What do you think?
Well, for the money part, his contract was $75 million guaranteed and an average of $37 million a year after that.
Yeah.
So,
but I know next year's
is last year. Yeah, that's it. As far as him going to another team, I don't know. He hasn't shown anything, which kind of, I think, is part of this. He doesn't want to get these scans and go on IR because he doesn't want other teams to think he's an injury concern, even though he is. They'll be 41 next month coming off that Achilles tear. I think the rumors or whatever it was, he's had hamstring issues and ankle issues this season,
right?
Which obviously would hamper your mobility and all that.
And I think a swollen knee at some point or something like that.
So there's a lot of stuff going on.
He's got old legs.
He's got old man legs.
Yeah, I got those too, man.
So I don't know exactly who would take a flyer on him with the added drama and stuff that comes from off the field. I think you're better off going with a younger quarterback if you have a draft pick or someone else, or taking a chance than bringing him in and maybe getting a season out of him or less if he gets hurt again. I wouldn't think he's worth it at this point. He hasn't shown. I know the first year on the Jets he got hurt, but the second year he obviously hasn't shown really anything. So I don't know. I wouldn't take the chance with my franchise and give him a shot.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody, no place else. Not that's like, boy, would they have an Aaron Rodgers size hole?
Or like if they're so bad, even if he was good, it wouldn't be enough to fix it. So I don't see it. Like Raiders have quarterback issues, Titans have quarterback issues, but him going there is not going to solve it.
Right.
So I don't see it.
Well, I mean, the two teams that come to mind is, Gardner Minshew went down.
Sure.
The Raiders are awful.
Okay.
So
sure, let's roll.
Yeah, well, I mean, look,
they don't get nearly enough time on this show, and I'll tell you one guaranteed way to get on these airs is
get Aaron Rodgers.
Put this guy over there.
But listen, with their starting quarterback, they're terrible.
Yeah.
The Raiders, right? With Gardner Minshew. So he's down. So my first thought is,
and they just stole that wide receiver one, so they're like, oops.
But there's that. Do you bring back Adams now? So, but then the other big problem though is there's a new minority owner at the Raiders.
Yeah.
Tom Brady. And he ain't going to want
I was going to say, does this help or hurt? It doesn't seem like it
he wants a good quarterback in there, right? So I don't think you get that. Then I thought about Tennessee maybe, Carolina, but they've got the rookie.
Yeah.
And he looked all right this week, right?
That brings up the other possibility for Aaron Rodgers. Here's not a bad idea, all right? I wouldn't hate the idea because this season has shown us that just taking a quarterback out of the draft and thrusting him into the starting position has not worked out so well. Mm-hmm. Like what happened to like Aaron Rodgers thing where Aaron Rodgers got drafted, sat a number of years behind Brett Favre, came out as one of the all-time greats, right? Tom Brady came into the league, sat behind somebody else, came out, the greatest player of all time. I don't hate the idea of Aaron Rodgers going to a team that is either currently has a rookie quarterback that isn't living up to their potential, or B, has a high draft pick going into next year where they'll probably draft a quarterback, and have Aaron Rodgers there basically like for a year and teach that kid how to play quarterback and then hand it off to the kid the following year. I don't hate that idea. Matt, you seem to hate the idea.
I don't hate that idea. I just don't. Well, at that number, probably not. I just like this move is, as I'm thinking about it, it's perfect. Refuse medical treatment, and then and either be forced to give it, and you're the ultimate warrior. They had to drag you off the field, or finish it up, and then at the end be like, my leg was exploded the whole time anyways, and then you're like, oh, okay. Well, then next year we'll run it back one more year. Yeah. Contract done. This is a genius move.
It's really up to him, right? Because that means he's basically coming in knowing he's just there to groom the next quarterback and train him. Whereas like this one, obviously he went to the Jets. It was like, oh, we're going to win the Super Bowl. So I guess if the expectations straight out the gate on the new team are
tread water,
we just need someone to throw the ball and teach this guy not to be a knucklehead. Although I don't know if Rodgers is the best guy to teach that.
I can't think of one better candidate.
So I don't know.
For my young,
I don't know if I would want to take that chance. I'd rather hire Flacco to come in or someone else like that.
Actually, that's a good pick.
So I don't know. Unless he really turns it on and can show these last few games that he can do it.
I don't think
so. So to me, I think he's done. Will someone give him a chance?
Sure. They had that win over the Texans a few weeks ago, but it turns out the Texans aren't as good as people thought they were.
They've been losing.
So there's that. Now, I think this is a good opportunity with all that he's been banged up. Ray came up with this great idea for a new segment. Oh. It's an injury report segment called Real Injury or Little Bitch.
Yeah, this is Ray was going to spearhead this one.
Real Injury or Little Bitch. Gardner Minshew is out with a broken collarbone. Real injury or Little Bitch?
Yeah. Did I mention we should keep that in-house?
Yeah. That was off air. That was incompetent.
Hey,
these cowards with these broken bones.
I could make fun of Aaron Rodgers' mom, or dad right now, and he still wouldn't have enough heat on me as he probably does with John. Because this has been Filthy Rodgers Sports Show.
I just talked about what I thought would be a good place for him next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hospital.
Anywhere. Yeah.
You just checked him in.
You just checked him in.
What kind of scans are we talking about?
That's what I want to know.
Do they hurt?
Yeah.
Those are two simple questions that we should answer.
Yeah.
And then with that, you'll
can-
get your answer.
That's right. I can live with this cavity.
Yeah.
I don't need you poking around, fucking my day up.
Because he asked real injury or little bit. So 2 questions I asked back is,
Where are you gonna put it?
do these scans hurt?
And how long? Yeah. That's what's up.
And then you'll find your answer. I'm not going to answer it for you.
All right,
Think for
guys.
yourself.
The question is for you. What do you think about this? That apparently Aaron Rodgers refusing scan, afraid to be benched if he's out of the Jets next year. Do you think he plays? If so, where does he go? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments and let us know your thoughts.